Okay, hello everyone, welcome to Kim's video journal with her journey of PCA, early onset Alzheimer's. I'm going to do the usual. Date is the 19th of April and we'll do the questions first. So, what is your name?
Kim Colton.
How old are you?
56.
What is your date of birth?
22nd of July 1963.
Who's talking to you at the moment?
My husband Steve.
How many children have you?
4.
And their names?
Are Leslie, Christopher, Carly and Michael.
Do you have any grandchildren?
I do. I have Alfie and Alea, Sky and Corey and Mia.
What's your favourite colour?
Orange.
Out of these, which is your favourite? Apple, peach or strawberry?
Apple.
What was your job?
I was an advanced nurse practitioner looking after patients with bowel cancer and specialised in end of care life.
What other jobs have you done?
I was a nursery nurse and a childminder, registered childminder. I worked in a fish and chip shop. I worked for Tupperware. I was
I'm a washing wipes. As long as they all work, that's all you got to worry about. But you put a horn. Yeah. That's what you've done. Okay, here we go. One more with 100. That's all fat with 5 ahead.
Magic. So you've done your jobs, haven't you? You said what jobs you did. I can't start a game because it's already going. So what other jobs have you had?
Where did I get to?
You said childminder, nursery nurse.
Fish and chip shop. I worked at the local mushroom farm. I was a jeweller. I worked for Customs and Excise. The most boring job ever.
What was the song you danced with your granddad?
Moon River.
Where did you go on holiday each Easter with your family?
Casterham, we should have been there.
What was the name of yours and Sean's pony?
Angus.
What is your favourite hobby?
Horse riding.
What town do we live in?
Battles Bridge.
What day is Christmas?
25th of December.
Hold up 3 fingers.
1, 2.
Name a Carpenter's song you like to sing.
On Top of the World.
Okay, in the book in front of you there is the menu and we'd like you to read out what you can see in the menu.
Okay. Small bites, salads, soups, curries, stir fries, rice, and sweet things.
Okay. Right, that's your usual. Is there anything good or bad about this week that you can remember?
It's been nice to be able to get out into the garden during the mornings. It's been quite nice. But there is a deep sadness in me at the moment, not only for what's going on in the world, but our beautiful little dog Megan. We've got 3 dogs, but beautiful little West Highland White Terrier, Megan, who was my 40th birthday present many years ago. Well, she 8? No, 7. 7 and a bit. She's 7 and a bit years old. And she's now at end of life. And it's very painful to see. And we had to make a decision about, we'd always said that when she reached end of life and we felt that her quality of life was poor, that we would euthanize her at home. However, the coronavirus has put a spanner in the works, and so after a discussion with our vet, we've come to a decision that we will continue to care for her here at home until she passes away. So that's a deep sadness for me this week. Yeah, it's an end of an era because we lost her son several years ago from a rare nasal cancer. So it will be very, very sad day the day she goes. But she has brought such a great deal of love, and she enriched our lives. So she's a very special little doggy. Yeah. So, mustn't cry. I'd always wanted a dog, and I was a victim of domestic abuse before I met Steve, and I wasn't allowed to have animals prior to that. And when Steve first met me, he knew everything I had, all my nighties and everything, always had Westies on. And I used to plague him, the living daylights out of Steve to say, please let me have a Westie, please let me have a Westie. And he'd say, no, we both work full time, we can't have a dog. And then on my 40th birthday, Megan came into our lives. And it's been amazing. It's been an amazing journey. She's had her own share of health problems. She had a memory cancer and had to have that stripped out, and she's had some really nasty ear canal surgery, and she hates vets. And that's why between us and the vet, we decided that being at home with us was probably the nicest place for her to be. And this sort of last few days, our 2 boys, we've got 2 miniature Schnauzer dogs, Bentley and Chester, and they are clearly aware of her nearing the end of life. There's a very different way that they're interacting with her now, and that's a good thing in a way, because just like humans, dogs need to grieve, and it's much better to allow them to watch that process, and they tend to pick up from it better, because they do grieve deeply from, you know, their pack animals, and yeah. But I wouldn't change it. for all the heartache losing an animal causes. I cannot imagine my life without animals in it, and we've always been immersed in animals from the time I was a baby. You know, my parents, we always had multiple animals, and it's a big part of our life, and it's a big part of lots of people's lives. No, I don't expect she will still be with us next week. But that has kind of overtaken the focus of the coronavirus, really. And I think Steve and I keep falling into floods of tears in the anticipation. She's our little princess.
We can't end on a sad thing, although we could end on a good thing. What's something that happened, because obviously with the coronavirus and you being an ex-nurse,
Oh yeah,
you haven't been able to do something, and then out of the blue something's happened that's actually helped quite a bit, hasn't it?
it has, yeah. I've felt very guilty that there was nothing I physically was able to do to support my former colleagues in the NHS, because I'm not safe to be around patients, not in a caring capacity anyway. And because of my sight problems, I've always been a big crafter, love my crafting. In various mediums, I love sewing, I've always loved to knit and to sew and to make clothes and to do, as you know, cushions and patchwork quilts and all that sort of thing, and paper craft as well. Love it all. As a lot of you will be aware, different people are coming together in sewing clubs and sewing bees and things like that to make scrubs for the NHS, because there isn't sufficient scrubs for staff at the moment. And I still had about, how many?
24.
24 bolts of cotton fabric, which is perfect for scrubs because it can be washed at high temperature and it can be ironed to make it free of microbes. And so we've donated all of that fabric to our local sewing club, who is currently making all the scrubs and hats and all the other bits and bobs that are needed. And I'm just so pleased that the fabric is going to help the NHS, the staff there. It still makes me feel a bit useless, because I really would like to be supporting people there. And I knew how bad it was going to be, because I had, as a nurse, we had 1 year, I can't remember how many years ago now, but there was a really, really bad flu epidemic, and many lives were lost. And we were having refrigerated vans come in to take away the deceased, because there wasn't capacity in the morgues, there wasn't capacity in the funeral directors. So it was a similar sort of situation, but nothing on the scale as it is currently. But it was bad, and many of us were almost locked into our ward, so that it was staffed with flu. We're nursing patients that were in the wards because of the flu, because it was almost easier to nurse people that way than keep spreading the virus outside of the hospitals. So I was prepared for what was coming, but I have to say the scale is incredible, isn't it? But I am in awe of all the... It's gone off. It's gone off.
No, that was Tino.
Absolutely in awe of all the fundraising efforts that the country is rallying round to support the NHS, and many other services that are helping us out, whether it's exercise programs on TV or there's so many things people are doing out there to try and give us some semblance of normality whilst being locked in our homes. So you do, there have been some very selfish people regarding the coronavirus, but I think the vast majority of the country are really doing the best that they can. And it's great to see the country sort of coming together and doing its bit. That's it.
Okay, well that's it then. Hope everyone stays safe. Thank you for listening in and watching, and hopefully we'll see you all again next week.